First off, I'm Ken Latrim, member of the Raleigh Amateur Radio Society. I am a neighbor of Mark, and Mark is a dear friend of mine, very close. I want to give you a little bit of history, but first off, I want to reply to what she said. I helped cut out that tub out there. We got rid of it. Mark and I were just like that. We moved down to Raleigh in 2012, my wife and I, and to come help take care of my in-laws. Mark found out that I was a previous ham operator, as such, as you call it, as a beginner. Had a technician plus at that time, which I got it a few years before, but had to go to work at my job, working 7 days a week, and so the ham radio got set aside. But Mark had been working on his license, and he had achieved the general license in 2015. And we had moved there in 2012, but he was encouraging me to get back into ham radio. Well, my father-in-law was already an amateur extra, but he had let it go, and he said he retired. So anyway, Mark was really pushing me to get back into ham radio because he was really hot on ham radio at that time, and he stayed that way all his life. He was a ham radio man all the way. He loved it, and so ham radio put Mark and I together as best friends, and we cohabitated into it. In every project we worked on together. I will say Mark was a perfectionist. He took on a project, and I will just mention this for Carl Davis. And he was going to build him a go-to box. And a go-to box is one that's portable. You take it out and go. But Mark worked on this box. He changed it. He changed it again. He changed it again. He worked on that box for perfection for a year. And he finally gave it to Carl a year later after he started. So anyway, Mark was a gentleman that I would say that he would befriend anybody. We loved him as a neighbor. Mark had to go to surgery to have a knee replacement, and I picked him up at the hospital. We brought him to our house, and we kept him at our house for a day and a half. And I'll tell you why. We don't smoke in our house. Well, Mark was a smoker, and he would hobble out to the back porch to smoke on the outside. So the next day after he came, he said, I think I can make it on my own now. So I helped him get over to his house where he was very comfortable doing his thing. And we helped take some food over to him to help get him, and he recovered from it. But Mark wanted to do his own thing. I'm going to give you just a little bit of rundown that I found out about Mark, and some of you might already know it. Mark went to Duke University for continuing education and professional law certification in 2011. That entitled him to be a, what do I want to call it? He was a certified paralegal. And we utilized his paralegal services to, we call it stamp the paperwork. He could stamp paperwork for us, so certified. And he did that for a year or two, and then he let it expire. Again, in 2015, he got his general license. He graduated for applied sciences at Lees McRae College from 78 to 80. He worked as a business application analyst at Credit Suisse, however you pronounce it, for a total of 4 years. Said here, what else I want to say? He was a software developer, a senior software developer at Nortel from 1983 to 2001 for 18 years. Research Private Park at Dallas, Miami, Denver, Calgary, Toronto. He provided as a lead IT instructor at Tech Skills LLC from 2001 to 2003 for 2 years in the Raleigh-Durham area. He retired in 2014 to the rest of his life, and he said that helping others, that was his final statement he filled out, helping others, and that was Mark. He was a helper. I don't care who you were, he would, day or night, he would be there for you to come help you. That's the kind of guy Mark was. I'm personally gonna miss Mark, I've been missing him. And, the Raleigh Amateur Radio Society is going this morning. He was quite an antenna specialist. He loved to work antennas.